Oh, hi. Hey, ice cream lovers. Steve Christensen's my name. Ice cream bloke, self-appointed headmaster of Scoop School. Nice to have you here for this video. Do want to thank our episode sponsor, GelatoSupply.com. Old Plumman out there on the East Coast, packing boxes, talking to people about equipment, helping people with recipes. He's like a one-man show. Their link is down below, GelatoSupply.com. Thank you, Plumman, and the crew at Gelato Supply for your episode sponsorship. Now, you've heard me talk about rotation. Rotation, rotation, rotation. What does it mean? It means, well, basically, you've got to keep product moving through that case as fast as you possibly can. If it sits in there too long, and I'm going to say for a 1.5, 3 gallon bucket, any longer than 5 to 7 days, I think you need to rethink either the flavor profile or the container that it's in, and that's what we're talking about today. One of the reasons why when you go to Italy and internationally that gelato is so fresh, because it's made in a 5-liter or a 5-quart pan. This is called a Napoli, and it's different to the standard pans that drop into a condiment rail here. So if you're looking on Webstaurant or all these different places and you're looking for a gelato pan, you really need to specify it's a gelato pan, because I see a lot of people buy these off Amazon. They go to drop them into their gelato case and it doesn't work. So the beauty of this is you're rotating product in and out very quickly. Now the challenge is this can be pretty expensive, and if you figure that you've got, let's say, a 24 pan case and you've got all your ice cream stored in this, you've probably got another 48 to 60 pans of these in the freezer. This is where the pan liner comes in. The pan liner is a fraction of the price. It's a little over $1, I think, depending on how many that you buy. Website's on the bottom. Shing! And they fit beautifully into the pan. So the nice thing is this is probably a $20 to $25 Napoli stainless steel pan. This $1 fits in here. So you're making your product in the smaller pan liner. When I make product, I actually kind of fit it in. I actually put this whole thing into the blast. When I'm storing it, I just put this into the storage. You'll find sometimes that if you don't use the pan for structure, the liner will kind of bow out a little bit, and it's hard to get that in the pan when you're in the case. Now, another good reason why this works is if you're doing catering, because I hear you saying, well, Steve, I've got a regular bucket dipping cabinet. Well, I don't have a gelato display case. Well, I understand that, but you can actually make ice cream in this, put a lid on it, and then sell this as the catering process to your customer. So you're factoring in the cost of the lid, you're factoring in the cost of the pan liner, and they stack really easily as well. So you don't have to have a gelato display case in order to basically use these. You can use these, they're great for catering, restaurants. It's a really good way of doing it. Plus, depending on how you layer your gelato, because you go to Italy and basically they'll be beautifully piled up and decorated, you can just do a flat pan. And the beauty is you can put that flat pan here, and then you can stack them on top of each other, depending on overrun and volume and different things like that. I should have separated these out before the film started filming, because they do get a little bit of suction in them. Ching! Stack them up as high as you can, or don't stack them up as high as you can, because they'll end up falling down. But that's the beauty of this process. Look into this system, because you don't need to have a gelato display case in order to benefit from something like this. I know people who are looking at selling 3-gallon or 1.5 gallon tubs wholesale or to catering clients, and are you going to get the bucket back? Then you have to inventory in cardboard, which is fine, but then you've got 2 inventories, plastic and cardboard. I just think this is a good way of doing it. So we're going to not heat this up, we're going to layer it flat so we can basically do that. In fact, we'll do a little bit of an overlay and show you how that's done. So what I'm talking about on the extraction side, again, on the Carpigiani, we can bring the tray up a little bit. We keep it deeper for a 3-gallon. And then we basically have now our pan with the liner in, and we let this drop in. Again, principle's the same. The pan's been in the fridge, so we want to make sure that that gelato gets down, or even ice cream, if you will. Get it in that fold first. I do like to extract a little firmer than most, So we'll drop that in. Now again, the idea being that if you want it for display, you can let it come up over the top of that lip, but that's not what we want here. So we'll shut this gate, drop it down, make sure that we're not pushing air out of it, but at the same time, we just want flatness. I might have overfilled a little bit, which is fine. So we'll take a little bit of this off. Beautiful. Shut this down, let's bring it up to the table where it's always good to get a cloth where you can wipe that down. You want a nice clean edge. And then the beauty of the hand liner or the lid is that I can either put some wax paper over the top of that. Well, it's got to come out of here first. Freeze it in the pan. But when you're ready for the catering, that goes on. Bob's your uncle. Stack, stack, stack. There you go. Let me know what you do for catering. Does this work for you for catering? Don't be shy not to invest in some gelato pans and liners, even though you're doing premium ice cream. I think they're a really good option. So link is down below for all of our sponsors. Link is down below for subscribe, for liking, for comments. Love the comments. Love to be able to help people in the ice cream industry. Keep on scooping, folks. See you in the next one.